Hey everybody, my name's Riptide, and we're back here with a brand new installment of my indie game devlog. Now today I'm going to be doing something slightly different from normal. I'm going to be trying to talk over this and explain what's really going on in the background and sort of my ideas and my vision for the game. But before I go and start off this video, I think that it's going to be super important for you guys. If you like my work and you want to support it, you can go and support me with the links in the description. I have made pages for my itch.io and my GameJolt account and my Steam Workshop account. All of those are places where I post my games, and that's where you can play them when they come out. And if you would be so kind to donate just a single dollar to my Patreon account, please, I have kids to feed. Give me this one thing, please. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, you don't have to. So back to our game over here. You can see I've done a little bit with the title screen. It's probably not the final thing, not even close, but I sort of just needed something that was a change for me and for everybody else. So you can see over here, I've got a new enemy. It's basically just a massive slime. Now this is probably not going to make it into any of the products. I just sort of have it there. I was screwing around with slime like multiplication, like when you kill it, it splits off into different kinds of slimes, like the medium and the smaller ones, and etc. But I don't really think that I like it, so I'm probably going to get rid of it. Another huge change for me was the new font. So I've changed all the fonts for everything to this one pixelated font, and I think it looks really, really nice. And that's going to be the final font that I'm going to be using. And you also might have noticed that I have kind of a new GUI. The buttons and everything look a lot nicer. A lot of the GUI icons in general look a lot better than they did before. That's because, once again, I did do a little bit more work on that to make those look a little bit nicer, because it's something that you're going to be looking at throughout the entire game consistently. So I haven't really changed this boss fight much. I think it's okay the way it is. So I think I'm going to just leave it at that. Oh, and if you're wondering how I'm like switching between these rooms really quickly, it's just because I have these cool little devlog keys which allow me to just transition between rooms when I press them. That way I don't have to like spend hours just playing my own game just to test one thing. Okay, and over here you can see in our new shop, this is what the new shop looks like. I completely reworked the shop. I think it looks so much better. It was pretty terrible before. It was sort of like a placeholder shop, but now this is my final one. You have the list of the items that you want. You can have up to 9 items in the shop, and you can scroll through them with your mouse, or you can just click the next or previous button, and you can go through all these items and you can buy them. You can see their price, and you can see what they do with their description. And I think it was really, really important that I did this, and it looks really, really cool. Okay, I should probably mention right now, I actually did a lot more than you think. So over here, what you're looking at right now is my goblins. So I've made 3 new enemies. Okay, I made 3 new enemies in the span of 3 days, and I did a lot of stuff these past few days. But you can see I have this archer goblin who runs around and shoots arrows at you, and he's really, really annoying. And you can see we have a mage who shoots fireballs that can be deflected back at the player, and when the mage gets hurt, he teleports away. So he's also really, really annoying. But this makes combat much more intuitive. I feel like the enemies like this, you know, they're much more difficult to deal with, especially in large numbers, which is how I was designing it, you know. That in large numbers, these guys are really, really annoying and sort of hard to deal with. And they work really well together because they got the combination of ranged attacks and melee attacks and just overall annoyance. But I think my favorite is the mage. I really, really love him. I think that he just looks really, really cool, and his AI is really, really cool. He's got a nice little spell. Yeah, I like the stabby guys too. Those are probably one of the most annoying because they just sort of jump at you from really far away and they will stab your back. But yeah, besides that, I did a little bit more level design. There's actually 3 more levels than there were before, so that's a thing. My World 1 for this game is nearly complete, and I love it because I have a vision of what I want. And I feel like it's achievable, and I can do it. And, oh, I completely just forgot. Okay, so I have a new town. Once you defeat this goblin army, you go into this new town, and there are these really cool NPCs that you can talk to. And they'll give you rewards, they'll give you information. It's really, really cool stuff. So this dialogue is really funny. I don't know, I feel like I just want to keep it in just because it's for laughs. Yeah, they say, oh, they're trolls and cyclops. Those are 2 enemies I'm planning to add in the very, very near future. My plan for the Cyclops is that it's going to be the next boss that you fight. And you can see over there, she just rewarded you 25 gold coins for defeating all the goblins in that goblin army. And this person gives you a ton of story. That's why you're gonna see me skip it. I got one little mage dude over here. You know, it's kind of nice just to have a threat at least somewhere. But you can see over here, this is the last level that I made. I literally made this or finished it like 10 minutes before I was starting this recording. I'm gonna be looking at the bugs, but you can see I really love the arrow effect when you get hit by an arrow. It sort of gets stuck in you. I thought that looked kind of cool. But yeah, this level has a ton of different kinds of enemies, and this is why I want to make as many different kinds of enemies as possible, is because when you mix them together, really weird stuff and really cool stuff can happen. Like when my mage over here shoots a fireball, I can deflect it back at my other enemies. Or let's say we have our stabby dude combined with our warrior, or archer combined with our warrior. It makes for a really interesting combo. He just jumped off a cliff. He committed Despacito. So like I said, I really love this mage. He's really, really cool. I want to make more enemies like that. I just like making the enemies that are like sort of fantasy, you know, the ones that are really magic and have like abilities and stuff. I think those are the most interesting and entertaining for me to make. That guy just fell off that ledge. Wow. I guess that pit, I might fix that pit and change it or something like that, because they keep falling down there. Anyways, right over here is the last piece of level that I have. It's just all the enemies, pretty much all the strong ones combined and put into one spot. And there's a crate up there, because why not, right? Oh, by the way, I really like this skeleton axe dude. I think he's really, really cool. Now, I know what a lot of you are wondering. A lot of these guys so far, like the beginning guys, are not really that advanced. They're really easy to stun lock and stuff like that. Like even stuff like the spider, you can stun lock, and even stuff like the skeleton and whatever, which I put a good amount of time into making that AI, being able to run around and jump on ledges and stuff like that. But I feel like it is kind of important that in the beginning the AI is very basic, so that way you can sort of get a grasp on how the actual game works. But yeah, that's it. That's the end of the level. I feel like if I had never made this game, my current knowledge of just game creation overall would just be next to nothing. It's kind of ridiculous. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I'll see you in the next devlog.